Well, good afternoon. The fight against COVID-19 is like nothing we've ever faced. And in a fight like this, you need every tool possible. You need to mobilize every resource available. That's why I'm here today, to personally inspect the latest addition to our fight against this terrible virus. In a few short weeks, this hospital, the Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital, will open its doors. It's the first newly built hospital in Ontario in over 30 years, adding net new capacity to the system. And when we're in the fight of our lives, this incredible state-of-the-art hospital, it's like reinforcements coming over the hill. This new hospital, it's a rare of hope, and for all of our incredible healthcare heroes in the front lines of this fight. With many of our hospital ICUs approaching full capacity or beyond, this new hospital, it's relief, it's added capacity for all those heroes who are stretched to the limit right now. That's because working with Altaf and his team, I have to tell you, Altaf is an absolute champion. This guy has hit the ball out of the park, and I told him today that ball's still going for stepping up like this. We've decided that Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital will open as a dedicated resource to support the province's COVID-19 response. This hospital will take in critical care patients from surrounding hospitals to help ease capacity pressures around COVID-19. Again, I want to thank Altaf and the entire team at Mackenzie Health for stepping up to the plate at this time when we need it most. Today, I can also announce that we're investing $125 million to get 500 additional surge beds in Toronto, Windsor, Durham, Kingston, and Ottawa. These 500 new beds will reduce pressures on hospitals in these hotspot regions as we battle COVID-19. This is in addition to the 3,100 surge beds we added as part of our COVID-19 response. I'd like to recognize and thank Mayor Bevilacqua and Ministers Lecce and Tabolo for their leadership here in Vaughan and all of their work getting this hospital off the ground. And above all, I want to thank all of the frontline workers, the nurses, the PSWs, the doctors, paramedics, and hospital staff at Mackenzie Health. These local heroes have been working around the clock to provide top-notch patient care over the past few months. My friends, this is Canada's very first smart hospital. It's a spectacular addition to Ontario's healthcare system, and we can't stop here. We're investing $18 billion over the next 10 years to build new hospitals right across Ontario. But my friends, the fight isn't over yet. And as I've said before, we will be here. We will do whatever it takes. We will spare no expense to keep you and your family safe. Thank you, and God bless the people of Ontario. Now I'll hand it over to Minister Elliott.
Thank you, Premier. Our government is using every tool at our disposal to support our hospitals as they respond to COVID-19. That's why we invested an additional $2.5 billion in our hospitals this year. This includes the creation of more than 3,100 new beds in hospitals and alternate health facilities across the province. And today, we are pleased to announce that we are providing $125 million to add over 500 critical care beds to hospitals in hotspot regions. We are working with Ontario Health to select these hospitals with the primary criteria focused on their physical capacity to add beds and the availability of healthcare workers to staff them. This critical first step starts today at Mackenzie Health's Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital. At the request of the province, the Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital will temporarily transition into a system-wide resource supporting the province's COVID-19 response when the new hospital opens next month. As the Premier mentioned, the Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital will provide a total of 185 additional beds, including over 35 critical care beds and 150 general medicine beds to support non-critical patients from other hospitals. Currently operated services will remain at the Mackenzie Richmond Hill Hospital site. Once COVID-19 capacity pressures have stabilized, the new hospital will fully open as originally planned to provide care and services to patients from across the Western York region. We're also amending the necessary regulations to allow hospitals to temporarily redeploy staff to other hospitals or retirement homes that urgently need additional support. We previously made this change, allowing hospital staff to work in long-term care homes. These steps will help to alleviate capacity pressures being faced by hospitals, allowing our healthcare system to work more seamlessly and effectively to keep Ontarians safe. We will continue to work together with all our hospitals and healthcare partners to care and protect everyone affected by this deadly virus. Again, until vaccines are widely available, I strongly urge everyone to only go out if absolutely necessary. If you can't work from home, to get groceries, pick up a prescription, or attend a medical appointment. Please also continue following the public health measures and stay home, stay safe, and save lives. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Altaf Steshanwala, President and CEO of Mackenzie Health, to the podium.
Thank you, Minister Elliott. Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital opens in a few short weeks. It was always intended to be a tangible solution to ending hallway medicine. COVID-19 cases are rising at an alarming rate. Hospitals have reached their capacity limits and are forced to transfer patients across the province. Now more than ever, we're proud to support the greater healthcare system. When Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital opens in February, our focus will be on creating ICU and acute care capacity to support the COVID crisis and hospitals across the GTA. The emergency department will not open until the COVID surge has been addressed. Our emergency department at Mackenzie Richmond Hill Hospital remains open to support our community as it always has. Once the system has stabilized, Mackenzie Health will fully realize our two-hospital future. This is a different opening than we committed to our staff, physicians, and community. But we know it's the right thing to do for our community and our province. I want to thank our government, our staff, physicians, and volunteers, donors, partners, and the broader community. You've all worked so hard to make Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital a reality. Thank you. I would now like to invite Vaughan Mayor Mauricio Bevilacqua to the podium. He's also the chair of our $250 million Ultimate campaign. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Altaf. COVID-19 is a marathon, not a sprint. Patience, discipline, and perseverance are required to defeat COVID-19. In this journey, we must continue to share a common purpose and pool our resources together, and this is precisely what we are doing here in the city of Vaughan today. The Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital will open its doors in a few short weeks and address the critical need for ICU beds in this province when the need is greatest. The city of Vaughan remains committed to working together with the province, public health officials, and citizens to stop the spread, save lives, and protect our hospital's capacity. Premier, I want to express my gratitude to you, your cabinet, and your team for addressing the evolving challenges facing Ontarians since the onset of this global pandemic. By working together, using our intelligence, common sense, and by exercising personal responsibility for the greater public good, we will emerge stronger. At this time, I would like to invite the Honourable Stephen Lecce, Minister of Education and the MPP for King Vaughan, to the podium. Minister.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Mayor, for the introduction. Now, throughout this pandemic, when our province faced incredible difficulty, it was our community that stepped up to produce the first Made in Ontario PPE. We stepped up to donate generously to programs that support the most vulnerable right across the GTA. And today, when faced with this invisible threat afflicting the entire world, it is our community, our families and citizens banding together to ensure we can defeat this disease. It is Vaughan stepping up yet again to help save lives with the opening of the Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital that will support a system-wide and regional response to combating COVID-19. As the Premier noted, 185 additional beds, 35 critical care beds, 150 general medicine beds, all opening for February 7th. All to help those among us, our parents and brothers or sisters, our grandparents and our neighbors who contract this disease to get the best care possible, exceptional care in a state-of-the-art hospital. I want to thank every frontline worker and to the hospital administration of the Cortellucci Vaughan Hospital and Mackenzie Hospital. Thank you to the City for your partnership, to our Premier and the Minister of Health for your personal commitment to delivering this critical hospital to our community. And thank you, most especially to the people of Vaughan, for always stepping up and for standing out. You represent the very best of our country and the Ontario spirit that inspires us to continue to work hard and together so we will defeat this disease.